In the generations after Eden, humanity multiplied across the earth, but something had gone terribly wrong. The wickedness of the human race grew. Every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time, and the Lord was grieved, the God who had shaped Adam from dust, who had breathed life into his nostrils, who had planted a garden and called his creation good. But God looked at what the world had become, and his heart was filled with pain. God said, "I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them." But in the middle of all that darkness, one man stood apart, Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. He walked faithfully with God. In a world drowning in corruption, Noah refused to follow the current. God spoke to Noah, "I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth." Then God gave Noah a command that must have seemed impossible. Build an ark. God gave him exact dimensions: 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet high, 3 decks, a roof, a door in the side, coated inside and out with pitch. And the purpose of this vessel? To preserve life through the judgment that was coming. "I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens," God said. "Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you." Noah was to bring his wife, his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives, 8 people in all. And he was to bring 2 of every kind of animal, male and female, to keep them alive through the flood. Every species of bird, every kind of animal, every creature that moves along the ground. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. Imagine the years it took, the sweat, the ridicule from neighbors who had never seen rain, building a massive ship on dry land with no ocean in sight. But Noah obeyed. When the ark was ready, God told Noah to go inside. 7 days later, the flood came. The springs of the great deep burst open. The floodgates of the heavens were thrown wide. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping. The waters rose and lifted the ark high above the earth. Every mountain under the heavens was covered. The water rose 20 feet above the highest peaks. Everything that breathed on dry land died. Every person, every animal, every bird, everything was wiped from the face of the earth. Only Noah was left and those who were with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days, but God remembered Noah. He sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to recede. The springs of the deep were closed. The rain stopped. Slowly, very slowly, the water went down. On the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah opened a window and sent out a raven. It kept flying back and forth as the waters dried up. Then he sent out a dove, but the dove found nowhere to rest and returned to the ark. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove out again. This time, it came back carrying a freshly plucked olive leaf in its beak. Noah knew the waters were going down. Life was returning to the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out once more. This time, it did not return. God spoke to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth." Noah stepped out onto dry ground. The first thing he did was build an altar and offer a sacrifice to the Lord. And God made a promise, a covenant with Noah and with every living creature on the earth. "Never again will I curse the ground because of humans. Never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." Then God set a sign in the sky, a rainbow stretching from horizon to horizon, not just beauty, a promise, an eternal reminder that God keeps his word. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. The world had been washed clean, and humanity, carried through judgment by the faithfulness of one man, had been given a second beginning. Genesis chapters 6 through 9.